Hello, World Wide Web. I'm Dr. Shado, the internet personality with us hair, and welcome to week 3 of
The Summer of Jackie Chan!
And while I appreciate all of the requests for Jackie Chan movies that have cropped up since I started this summer special, truth is I already bought most of the movies that I'm going to review before starting the summer special. It's a damn good thing that Rush Hour happened to be one of them. It's probably the most requested movie to cover during this summer special. Hell, it was a pretty big request before I announced the Summer of Jackie Chan, and for good reason. Rush Hour was yet another breakthrough movie for Chan in the West. Not his first big hit, but it was the first movie Jackie Chan starred in that was filmed with him speaking mainly English on set. At this point, he had been doing his own lines and dubs, but this was the first time he was expected to actually speak clearly and coherently, while also doing the backflips and wall kicks and all of those lovely gymnastics we've come to expect from him, which means that the outtakes at the credits involve less broken bones and more broken English.
My daddy want to cut a bullet by his bare hand. No bullshit. They must not could have.
Bust in there, act like you are LAP, la la.
He cannot speak English.
But what is the plot? Some consider this a pseudo-remake of Red Heat, as it involves a foreign crime syndicate leaving home to set up shop in the land of opportunity, the good old US of A. Thus, an American cop upholding laws by disregarding rules and regulations must team up with a badass officer from the criminal's homeland and take them down. If they can learn to work together, that is. But what better way to tear down cultural boundaries than the power of friendship? Probably wontons and weed, but never mind that. Let's take a look at Rush Hour, and see if we actually find out that it's a movie about Jackie Chan being stuck in traffic for 90 minutes. The story opens in Hong Kong, as we see Chinese Marshal Mathers, Sang, played by Ken Leung, being caught smuggling priceless artifacts by none other than Jackie Chan, who plays the role of Lee. Sang works for a crime lord known only as Juntao, and unfortunately for Lee, while he can leap over railings, dodge shipping containers, and do all kinds of well-choreographed ass-kicking, that shot's not 100% safe with the boat moving, so unfortunately Sang escapes. No bother. Tonight is the last night Hong Kong is under British rule, and Lee can still convey the good news to Council Han, played by Si Ma, that the bust was mostly successful, and they got all those historical artifacts back from that dastardly Juntao.
This is the kind of legacy I dreamt about.
Hong Kong forever.
To Hong Kong, forever.
Council Han's British associate and friend there being Griffin, played by Tom Wilkinson, who's pretty enthusiastic about just handing a British territory over to a nation that is not exactly well regarded for their freedoms and personal liberties. But, and hell, at least I don't gotta clean this shit up anymore. Someone less happy about all this is Su Young, the daughter of Council Han, played by Julia Shu. Seems after today, she's going to be moving to America with her dad, and that means she's going to be separated from Lee, her best friend. See, everyone loves Jackie Chan. He ensures her everything will be fine and gives her a necklace to remember him by.
美国是一个很友好的地方。
Stupid fool, get the hell out of my way! Man, are you crazy?
Easy way to find out. Are you asking that question to the man in the rearview mirror? This would be Carter, a role which took a while to be cast. The idea was for him to be played by Martin Lawrence, Will Smith, Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle, or even Tupac, before eventually landing on Chris Tucker. He's here to meet up with Clive, an arms dealer, played by Chris Penn, and see what he's got for sale.
That's beautiful. That's nice. What's that?
That's C4.
That's C4?
That's C4.
Oh, shit.
What's the problem?
It's just probably should have been able to guess that from the big C4 written on the side of the block there. Ooh, now I've gone and embarrassed myself in front of all of my criminal friends. Carter gets very excited to make the purchase, which of course gets the attention of two patrolmen who just so happen to be at the diner. This confrontation turns tense when Clive takes Carter hostage. Or not.
He just playing, officer.
No, I ain't playing!
Yes, he is, officer.
No, I'm not!
Yes, he, officer.
I'm not playing!
Yes, he,
Drop
officer.
the gun!
He's just my cousin. We're just talking.
Just setting up an out-of-season fireworks display. I know technically fireworks are illegal within city limits, but we all know law enforcement tends to turn a blind eye to this kind of thing. As the cops show no signs of trusting him and just going, Carter punches Clive in the face. However, he's still alert and shoots one of the patrolmen in the hand. As Clive goes to escape, Carter gives chase, not about to let him slip away into the night so easily. So what, it's C4? It requires an electric charge in order to explode. If you just shoot it or set it on fire, it's just gonna, like, burn a little. Except in action movie land where everything explodes! Hell, he probably didn't even need the C4 in the trunk. Just give that gun a laser sight and a giant fucking oversized scope and it'll blow everything up for no reason. Fortunately, Clive dove out of the car just seconds before, meaning Carter can run up to him and say, "Surprise! It's Officer Carter, LAPD." Clive might think his day is bad, but lest we forget, Soo Young is in America too, and she's heading off to school, stuck in an LA traffic jam. Not that she's the one in pain right now, though.
Baby, I'm so into you, darling, if you only knew all the things that flow through my mind.
And look on the bright side, it's still 12 years before Willow Smith will release Whip My Hair. However, a traffic cop directs their car off to the side, all alone, where another cop stops them in their tracks.
Is there a problem, officer? No problem. Just rush hour.
Rush hour. Do you see what I did there? I guess you two are a little too dead to appreciate my name drops. We see the officer was actually Juntao's henchman, but Soo Young is proving to be a bit hard to kidnap. Not to worry, they have a handy-dandy motorcycle man on retainer just in case. And what's this? A white windowless van. Can't say they didn't bring the right tools for the job. Now that Soo Young has been abducted, the FBI can get involved in the story, introducing Agents Whitney and Russ, played by Rex Linn and Mark Roslin respectively. Consul Han, however, doesn't trust the FBI to be able to work fast enough to find his daughter.
Mr. Russ, I am not an American. My daughter, she is not an American.
I understand that, sir, but
He's already on the plane.
Oh, that's a fine how do you do. I love what you're doing here, but just a bit too much soda and fries in your diet, so I went over your head and got someone else to do the job. That's no hard feelings, right? Also, back at the LAPD, we learn Carter has a partner. A work partner, cop partner, is really pissed off at him because he went off without her yet again. Officer Tanya Johnson, played by Elizabeth Pena. She's not so important yet, though. The FBI's plans are. As Lee is already on the way, and that kind of fucks up the FBI's playbook, they figure just send someone to keep him out of the way until things are taken care of. However, that's a pretty shit job to give someone.
Well, as long as we're going to humiliate someone, might as well be LAPD.
I suppose it would be a little more suspicious if you just straight up hired a rodeo clown.
it's a disgrace to my department. It's a disgrace to... Dan, I'm sending someone right over.
And I'm personally really impressed with how they do the setup. The cop, too cool to follow the rules, isn't some big hero around the nation and around the station, and everyone loves him except for the damn chief, who just likes to yell at him every now and again. But he's rather a fucktard that nobody likes, except for a couple of officers that just think he's kind of funny at best. And he is well on his way out the fucking door, and he gets the case... because he doesn't get the case. He gets a punishment that doesn't quite go as planned. I really like this because it sets everything up without breaking my suspension of disbelief. The captain, Deal, played by Philip Baker Hall, had initially asked for Carter to speak to him so that he could suspend his ass for that bullshit he pulled arresting Clive, but that call gives him an idea. He plays with Carter's romantic ideas of heroism and action movie methodology to let him know the FBI wants him. The daughter of the Chinese consul has been kidnapped, and only the most kick-ass officer in all of Los Angeles can save the day. When Carter shows up and lets himself into the FBI, most of them having no fucking idea what he's doing there, Agent Russ explains it away with his particular assignment being G-14 classified.
G-14 classified. That's good.
Coming up with profound-sounding bullshit faster than a writer for Lost. And ignoring the setup just as quickly as Russ informs Carter he has not been brought on to help find Soo Young, but rather to pick Lee up from the airport and make sure he doesn't get anywhere near this investigation, giving the FBI enough time to take care of this without either of their help.
Why didn't y'all put one of your own men on this top priority case? What the hell I supposed to do with him? Take him to the zoo?
You know, honestly, I wouldn't even mind that movie. Chris Tucker must keep Jackie Chan under control in amusement parks and water parks and the Los Angeles Zoo. Just imagine a Jackie Chan action sequence in the safari exhibit. Carter's dream job as an FBI agent turning out to be babysitting duty, he heads down to the airport to pick up Lee. First things first, let's figure out if there's going to be any language barriers between the two.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
Okay, perfect. This means Carter gets to be the one to teach Lee the basics of any language. Vulgarity. Not interested. Carter would rather get off this bullshit assignment ASAP, but the captain informs him, along with an audience of officers enjoying the schadenfreude, that if he quits this case, that's going to be a 2-month suspension without pay. Rent in LA being ridiculously high, Carter can't just go back to his regular police job, but that doesn't mean he has to do exactly what they tell him.
I'm gonna show the FBI they don't know who they playing with. I'm gonna solve this case myself.
Okay, so far we have little girl, she's been kidnapped, and... Let's check the car dealership, see if anyone's bought any windowless white vans recently. Thing is, Carter still works alone, so he needs to get rid of Lee while he presses a guy for info by the Chinese theater. So...
John Wayne. John Wayne? You know John Wayne?
John Wayne.
Yeah, John Wayne, man. The Duke. Hang out with the Duke. I'll be right back. You might see one of your cousins walking around here.
Well, then, of course, there's the fact that in Shanghai Noon, Jackie Chan plays Chon Wang, which everyone mishears as John Wayne, and there's the hilarity that this scene also happens to be in Rush Hour. Who would have thunk it? But Jackie Chan has been in a hell of a lot of fucking movies. Carter's little source of info lets him know that while he doesn't know anything about a kidnapping, there is someone buying up tons of weapons and goons, far more than any normal, well-organized underground criminal organization. Can't press any further, though, because Lee is already on the run. This results in a stunt-filled chase scene where Jackie escapes further by hanging onto the street sign for Hollywood. Which doesn't make sense based on the direction they were going, but it's the only Hollywood sign we're getting in this movie, so take it or leave it. Eventually, Carter chases down the taxi with Lee and gets him out of the car.
In the car. Hey, what you doing? I was just trying to find out where you was going, man. You thought I was gonna shoot you? I wanted to go with you.
Hey, what's happening here?
And like any good action movie, you can never have enough guns. As the taxi driver demonstrates, finally bringing us to a resolution.
FBI.
I'm policeman. I'm just showing him how to take a gun from a suspect.
Is there just a guy off camera that every time an Asian guy gets one over on someone in a movie, he just hits the gong? Surprise! Lee speaks English. He says he never said he couldn't. Carter just assumed he couldn't.
You full of shit. You understand that? You full of shit.
You seem as if you like to talk. I like to let people talk who like to talk. It makes it easier to find out how full of shit they are.
And then it probably saved a lot of film not having to do as many retakes during Act 1. Now that they are communicating with each other, the fact that the FBI doesn't want Lee on the case, that he flew all the way from Hong Kong to help with, does have him questioning why.
They don't like you. I don't like you.
I don't care. I'm here for the girl.
The girl don't like you. Nobody likes you.
Damn, Chris. If I find myself in another bout of depression, remind me to call my other friends. While Carter isn't about to bring Lee down to Consul Han to get in trouble with the FBI, he's still interested in getting what information he can on the case, so he heads to another spot to attempt a shakedown. Lee isn't about to let him work solo, though, and Carter offers him some advice.
And do what I do, okay? What's up, my nigga?
Oh, gee, I wonder where this might be going. Heading into the back, Carter shows he means business. Pulling his gun on the group, he demands information. They're kind of confused, but he insists that things might get heavy, so Lee should wait outside while he deals with these deviants.
Come here.
Don't come up in here, my place of business, scaring me like that. God
Man,
damn.
I was just playing, man. Give me a hug. Boy.
Honestly, that's how I imagine most shakedowns going. Carter's friend in the red suit would be Luke, played by Clifton Powell. He's got about as much info as the last man, though. There's a new player in town buying tons of weapons and hiring lots of goons, but fuck if we have a name for the guy. No bother, out in the bar, Lee finds the one white guy in the establishment to say this to.
What's up, my nigga?
What did you just say?
What's up, my nigga?
You can't say that. Neither can I, but I can kick your ass for saying that. Thus begins another Jackie Chan action scene. Really hope Luke doesn't mind that his friend brought that new guy that seriously wrecked the place, costing just about as much in property damage as he has in hospital bills. But either way, shakedown over, Carter heads down to a store for some food. Lee, of course, wants to go see Consul Han and help find Soo Young. Carter apologizes for wasting his time, but promises they will try to find her together after getting something to eat.
Shake on it.
What are you doing?
You ain't the only one with quick hands, are you?
Yeah, but it'd be a hell of a lot harder to pull that one off with those damn zip ties they use nowadays. Somehow, though, while it's impossible to pick locks off these cuffs, it's pretty damn easy to rip the steering wheel out of Carter's car, allowing Jackie Chan to pull a Decker Shado and just walk his ass across Los Angeles, eventually reaching his destination. Wait, he took an Uber. That's cheating. Now, of course, the FBI are not exactly what you'd call cooperative, resulting in another Jackie Chan action scene, deftly defeating 2 armed guards. Lee wall kicks his way up over the perimeter and climbs a tree as a means to ass-kick his way into the building, beating up even more highly trained FBI agents.
Don't move! Lee! 对不起，我来晚了。
And right into the presence of Consul Han, making it a lot harder for the FBI agents to just beat his ass up and lock him in the basement for the rest of the movie. So despite the FBI's best efforts of leaving the job in someone else's hands, Lee managed to get there anyway. This means when Carter does manage to make it there, they aren't particularly happy with him, but there is one little problem with any plans they might have to get him out of their hair at this point.
Oh, I see. This must be G14 classified.
It turns out now he's in a position where he can just tell them what the FBI were trying to pull, and they're all in some pretty deep shit. Blackmail. Carter says first he'll call his captain to update him on the situation, but what's this? It seems someone was calling there just as he picked up. None other than Sang, who demands a ransom of $50 million in exchange for the safe return of Soo Young.
20 million in 50s.
20 million in 20?
20 million in 20s.
And 10 million in 10.
And 10 million in 10s.
Hey, you really want to fuck with them, ask for some dump trucks full of pennies. They're gonna need like 5 or 6 each $1 million. Carter manages to keep the guy on the line just long enough for the FBI to trace the call, which leads them to a very run-down part of LA.
They must not go into the building!
It houses all kinds of dangers. Tetanus, maybe even asbestos. Lee argues with the feds that if you were asking for $50 million, you'd probably have swankier digs than this, but they don't listen. The search team finds nothing anyway. Nothing, that is, except for a single ringing telephone. Okay, I think the pizza rolls are done. While all the uncool guys look at the explosion, Lee spots Sang fleeing down the alleyways. Giving chase, they scale fire escape, escaping into buildings that look like they might have been on fire at one point or another, and Sang might just kill Lee! Except Carter is also here, so he must run, and Carter can break the fragile walkway, leaving him and Lee to dodge an oncoming vehicle in the nick of time. A vehicle driven by someone who is working with Sang. Who would have thought? A criminal organization that is actually organized. It also seems that Lee and Carter won't be leaving empty-handed. They found a little trinket that Sang dropped on the way out. No idea what it is, but maybe that handy-dandy partner Carter has and never thinks about might.
Shit! Did I come at a bad time?
I mean, after all, she works on the bomb squad. It's not exactly a superstar on the team. Still, she knows more about this doohickey than Carter or Lee.
It's a remote. Could be nitro-cal, could be cross-delay. Definitely not homemade, definitely not American. I mean, you could open up a garage door or blow up some C4.
C4?
Ah, yes, the only explosive that exists. That damn C4. You know, guys, tannerite is a thing, too. It's a lot more readily available in this country. And it actually does blow up when you shoot it. Since this might maybe be used in that one specific type of explosive they established one time, Carter works on getting the prison guard to let him in to talk with one of the inmates.
Didn't I turn my back that time when you bought that bag of weed?
I was splitting it with you!
Man, I never realized just how all these jokes about being arrested for weed would just suddenly feel dated. The man they're speaking to is none other than Clive, still sore from that betrayal earlier and the broken bones, road rash. Point is, sore, and he's not gonna tell Carter jack shit. However, Lee can solve that with emotional manipulation.
The guy's name is Juntao. I never seen him. Where can I find him? Fu Chow Restaurant, Chinatown.
Fu Chow Restaurant?
It turns out it was Juntao all along. The criminal organization from Hong Kong has set up shop in Chinatown. They just get discounts on real estate there, or what? So they finally have a real lead. With that, the two of them head to Chinatown and... Wait, I gotta scope the place out after all. This also gives the two of them a chance to bond, listening to music together.
It ain't you all, it's y'all.
Y'all.
Y'all. Y'all. You sound like a karate movie, y'all.
Yo.
Hey, you want a challenge? Try teaching Jackie Chan some death metal. Oh fuck, now that's a movie I really want to see. This night, the FBI is playing things by the book, and of course capitulating to the demands. Never mind that. The hero spots Sang heading to the restaurant, so Carter thinks this is the perfect time for him to head in. However, Lee should stay outside because they might recognize him.
If anything go wrong, you bust in like the LAPD.
This won't work. I'm not 6'1".
Well, then get some heels. Some damn high heels. Carter goes in there and begins directly asking the waitstaff to see Juntao, explaining he's Mr. Juntao's lawyer. It does eventually get one of them to go upstairs and at least say there's something fishy going on. Oh well, better take care of it.
Oh, wait. Get the girl out of here.
But what's this? That friendly British guy that had like 3 lines earlier was actually Juntao all along. Because honestly, who the hell else could it have been? Soo-young? Recognizing Lee as he enters the place, they alter their plans slightly. Carter's escorted to the upper level and sees a man on the camera feed before they let him know, through our good friend Show Don't Tell, that they don't believe his stories about being Juntao's Blackanese half-brother. Rather, they intend to kill him. He does convince them to at least fight hand-to-hand with honor.
You don't know who you're messing with. I'm gonna knock that yellow. Which one of y'all kicked me?
Though I do got that sneaking suspicion that Chris Tucker is not going to be quite as good at choreographed ass-kickery as Jackie Chan. Fortunately, while he's getting his ass kicked, Lee gets a handy-dandy uniform from one of the waitstaff and busts in the nick of time, preventing them from executing Carter as planned and instead kicking all the asses, taking all the names, and setting fire in the kitchen, blowing up the restaurant for good measure. Slight problem, though, that kind of fucked up the FBI's plan to pay for the $50 million to get Soo-young back. Whoops! So, while they know Juntao is behind it, that's all they got, and it's not quite enough for Counsel Han.
It was all my fault. Lee would never do anything to jeopardize your daughter's life. He loves your daughter.
It's a little too late for apologies, sir.
Well, what the hell do you expect him to do? Apologize before fucking everything up? With that, Lee must return to Hong Kong in shame. And without Lee, Carter is off the case. Oh, well, it's not all bad. Look, Han's good friend Griffin has come by to cheer him up.
I'm sorry, my friend. I couldn't stand by and do nothing.
Now, you wouldn't mind if I just picked up a change of clothes for Soo-young. Just in case. I wouldn't imagine that I'd run into her or anything, but I would think she would probably smell very bad by now. However, Carter isn't about to let it end this way. He has seen the light. He knows the power of friendship, and calls up Johnson to get her to help in a new plan to save Soo-young, Lee's honor, and defeat Juntao once and for all. It takes some convincing, but she's in.
Alright, one other thing.
Yeah?
What color panties you got on?
God damn it. I hate it when movies ask big questions, but we never get the answers. Oh well, on to the next step of the plan. Sneak onto the plane that Lee is leaving on and fuck up everyone's itinerary with a costume and a bullshit story.
Look, you need to go up there, tell the captain we got a problem on the left side of this plane. Something wrong with the engine. You need a new alternator.
It's also said that Chris Tucker actually ad-libbed quite a bit of his lines. It made it a lot harder to edit this movie, but you gotta love that shit that he came up with. Finding Lee on the plane, he opens up to the man. You see, Carter always worked alone because his father was a cop, but he died in the line of duty during a traffic stop just because his partner didn't back him up. So they can still save Soo-young, but Carter needs Lee's help. With that, they head on down to the new spot, where Counsel Han is showing off all those wonderful priceless artifacts that were acquired from that sting on Juntao's organization in Hong Kong, along with Juntao there supporting him.
Wait a minute, I seen that guy at that Chinese
Counsel
restaurant.
Han has been fighting flu for the past few days, so perhaps I should finish what he started.
And it all clicks into place. Not that it was a particularly difficult mystery to find out. I mean, at least a lot of other movies give us a red herring or two to play around with, but seriously, who in the hell else even existed that could have been Juntao? Knowing this, first thing they have to do is get all the innocent people out of here.
We ask you please exit the building as soon as possible, and please do not panic. Do you hear what I just said? Get your shit and go out the door!
And there's a time to be professional, and there's a time to say, fuck it, we got shit to do. Quickly enough, everyone gets the fuck out of there, and Griffin wastes no time revealing to Han that yes, he is Juntao, and he also has a detonator. His daughter is wired with C4, and he can blow her up with a push of a button. Talk about a plan B. Since there's a little movie left, he takes this opportunity to give us his villain rant. You see, he's been Juntao for decades, obtaining priceless artifacts from China for his personal collection, until someone just had to come and take them from him. Well, priceless as they are, 50 mil should be enough to cover it. It's really not that much, even by 98 standards, but oh well. Carter can slip out while he's monologuing and find that van he said Soo Young is in. Lo and behold, he was right.
I think it'd be safe if we take it off.
No! I heard them say it will explode.
Okay, I think it'd be safe if we leave it on, okay? Don't move.
I don't know, it's kind of big on her. You sure you can't just slip it over her head without bothering with the wiring at all? So, can't rescue Soo Young just yet. New plan. Drive the van into the building, interrupting that standoff to let Juntao know that the bomb he could set off would just so happen to take everyone out with it, goading him to detonate it. He tells her that it's just bluffing and she should play along too.
Blow everybody up!
Yeah, blow everybody up!
Push the goddamn button!
Push the goddamn button!
You heard what she said.
Jesus, she's getting about as enthusiastic as those headless bastards from Serious Sam. Soon, though, Lee and Johnson swoop in and get Soo Young back into the back of the van, where our demolitions experts with, well, let's not comment on her batting average right now. Anyway, she deactivates the trigger on the vest, allowing them to remove the bomb, but it kinda sorta can still be detonated remotely. No bother, this just gives our heroes more time to run around in action-fueled carnage, while Juntao moves to escape. First things first, though, Carter has to finish that fight with Sung. One-on-one, no weapons, as they both agree to drop their guns at the same time. And as in any good action movie, you can never have too many guns. And while the Climax has plenty of Jackie Chan stunts and even more Jackie Chan fighting after test audiences felt it was kinda lacking in that department, Juntao still is an old British guy, so not gonna defeat him with kung fu ass-kickery anytime soon. Instead, he loses his mind after losing his money, flips, falls, grabs the vest, and then it rips. Safely this time.
Woo! You know he did.
In reality, sure, but in video game land, if you fall from the stratosphere, as long as you land in a little kiddie pool, no damage. But Jackie Chan is in trouble, so for the last big stunt of the movie, Carter grabs one of the big-ass flags and runs it over to make a handy-dandy slide, saving Lee from certain doom.
Thank you, thank you.
Man, what the hell you doing?
I just being polite.
Well, next time be polite to my nuts.
Whoa, now that'll definitely get me demonetized. Point is, happy ending! Soo Young is saved by none other than her best friend, Lee!
Oh! What took you so long?
Yep, that's what it feels like when you finally get a video out after 3 weeks. The point is, all is right with the world. Carter even gets told that after his vacation, he's got a new job waiting for him, working for the FBI. Which he flatly rejects because hero cops are beat cops and they don't need your prestige or higher pay to feel good about themselves. Only challenge left for him in this movie is figuring out just what in the fuck he's going to be doing during this 15-hour flight to China.
Whoa. Oh, hell no.
Listen to me.
Yeah, this is why portable game consoles are a thing. Or hell, you're flying first class, just become drunken master. Anyway, that was Rush Hour. And it ain't Citizen Kane, but it's still pretty fucking good. One of its greatest strengths is also its greatest weakness, in that the movie is, at its heart, very simple. It's a setup we've seen several times before, and there's really not much done to complicate things. It's mixed up by being a Jackie Chan Chris Tucker movie, and that's pretty much it. Your mileage will depend on how much you like Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker movies. The plot, at its base, doesn't have all that much going on. The Juntao organization is bad and illegal, and after they're wiped from the face of Hong Kong, they resurface in LA, being bad and illegal. Two faces stand out there, Sang and Juntao. Sang is a grunt without much in terms of characterization, but despite this, Ken Leung gives a great performance, making him seem foreboding. Juntao we see even less of, even counting him going around as Griffin. The villain rant at the end was very important for him because otherwise, just how in the hell were we supposed to figure out his motivations? I will say that the means of getting Lee and Carter together and on the case, despite all the higher-ups being very against it, was quite well done. It made sense, and for once in this genre didn't leave you having to accept that in this world when police blow up half the city, all they get are some harsh words from the boss and pats on the back from literally everyone else. Finally, when it comes to the action, Rush Hour delivers. About 65% of what you might be expecting. Being half Jackie Chan flick, half Chris Tucker, of course the action was going to be dialed back compared to the 100% Jackie Chan flicks, and that's fine. But it does mean there's not many instances where we get to see Jackie Chan doing backflips for 10 minutes straight while fighting every gang in the city and an alien invasion that just so happened to show up. At the end of the day, Rush Hour is not a masterpiece, but it's a damn good movie in its own right. Others may have more intricate plots or bigger battles with everything exploding for no apparent reason. You know what Rush Hour has? Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, and damn does it work well with that. Coming in at 4 blocks of C4 with capabilities exclusively tied to the plot, out of 5. Not only that, but it's done well enough to spawn 2 sequels. Might get to that, might not. Like I said, Jackie Chan has done a lot of movies. Thank you all for watching. I've been Decker Shado, and remember, if you ever find yourselves trapped in an action movie, you can never have too many guns.
I'm no punk bitch.
I ain't no punk bitch neither.
I'm no
I
punk
come back there
bitch.
and knock that head off.
Here we go. Wait, did I remember to put an after credits joke in this one?